What's up, Hair Business Blueprint? It's your hair business's best friend, Mikey, and I am going to walk you through step by step what it takes to open your own hair store. Now, this is store number 6 for Private Label. We are in Smyrna, Georgia, and I have to say, the way I worked out this deal, this is probably the least expensive store that I've opened. So I'm going to show you how I did that. And make sure you subscribe to the Hair Business Blueprint, because I'm going to walk you through some of the other stores that we have opened that cost a whole lot of money for a good reason and why. All right, first things first, as you guys can see outside, we have the Private Label sign. So this is a channel letter sign, and this sign cost me about $5,000. Come on inside. I'm going to show you some of the money we spent on all the decorations and the lease and everything else. All right, before I go into what it costs for all the decorations in here, I'm going to quickly go over the lease for this property. So I have a multi-year lease, and it's something that I did that saved us a ton of money. Is I worked out the little bit of construction that happened here in this store into the lease. So we found a space that worked out really good as far as the size, the square footage, and then it needed a little bit of work. And then I negotiated with the landlord for them to actually do the build out, deal with the city and the permits. Now, what was really special about this is our lease didn't actually start till they were done with all the construction. So if you're purchasing a property, right away, you're paying that note for the space and building it out. And sometimes it can take months for construction, and especially those really annoying permits. So this is a little bit of a special circumstance, and at this space, I'm paying about $3,000 a month. All right, now let's go over some of the decorations. I don't have the store fully set up with all my hair extension stands and all the hair. So for this video, we're gonna talk about just what it takes to get kind of the bare minimum set up for opening. All the hair is gonna be extra. You know, a store like this, you're probably gonna have anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 worth of hair, lashes, cosmetics. For us, all the different private label products. So let me walk you through some of the decorations in here and what everything costs. First things first, this is our mirror that we get from Anthropologie. This is about a $2,000 mirror. It requires a $150 delivery. Part of the decoration, so you'll see multiple decorations in here. So all those items cost about $1,000. And then for our designer, it's about another $1,000 to install all this stuff and make it look really nice. Walking over, you'll see here, these are desks that you can get from Modern Office. That's modernofficefurniture.com, I believe. These are $1,000 each, free shipping. So this is $3,000. You can see the neon sign in the back there. That's going to be another $300. We have 2 computers. We have iMac, so our customer service and managers can be kind of in the know and help with the support for private label. That's going to be another $3,000 because we only use iMacs. You're going to have Shopify point of sale, which includes the iPads, the stands, the tap and chip reader. You know, we generally would have 2 stations here. If the store gets busy, we'd have 3. Let's start with 2. You're looking at about $1,500 for 2 sets. If you're just starting out, you can probably get away with just 1, which would be $750. Some of these additional decorations that you see through here, this is probably about another $500 of expense. This is where we put the hair extension stands and the displays. We actually got these on Amazon for about $150. Same thing with these here, these shelves. So we put our lashes, cosmetics, all the products, they all get placed here. These are about $200 each. I have 4 of those, so that's about $800. These beautiful, simple mirrors, which we actually love. I actually have something similar at my house. These are only about $50 each, and it adds a really nice touch to the space, really elegant looking and really beautiful. Now, something else is these kind of little stands for the lashes. We have about 55 different styles of lashes. These are about The price have gone up on these. These are about $3 each, so you're gonna spend at least $150 on these. You know, when they designed the space, something they didn't do was the ceiling and all the lighting. So this ceiling, all the ceiling tiles and installation cost me an additional $1,500. The lighting was another probably $1,000. This was really important to us because when people come into the private label store, we want it to be a beautiful experience. You know, we really appreciate our clients that come into our locations and see us. So we really want to elevate that experience, and it costs money to do so. But still, overall, we're looking pretty good. Let me show you some of the bins in the back just to get an idea of what those cost as well. All right, so as far as storage goes, we have a ton of these bins, and generally the cost from Uline, which is uline.com, you're gonna pay about $10, $15 a bin. You can do a group buy where you actually take all of the bins that you need at once, and you kind of put it almost as like a bid room. And then you can sometimes get additional discounts. You can even ask them for free shipping. Since we do a ton of business with Uline to open up all these stores, we actually have free shipping on all our orders over $500. This is something that you can negotiate with Uline and a sales rep from Uline to get that kind of situation set up, and it's gonna save you a ton of money. So the bins we generally are gonna spend for this store, once we kind of really have it filled out, you know, we're gonna spend probably about $3,000 just on bins. All right, and real important with your hair store is security. Now, as you can see here, I actually have a security gate here. You can see these bars here. It goes across. I have this big security bar that goes across here. So to actually get through here, it's gonna take a lot of time. These bars are pretty reasonable at about $200. The door's $200. I specifically had the construction team put a solid metal door here, which is pretty much impossible to get through. Those are pretty expensive. We're not gonna add that to the cost because I had the construction company and the leasing company go ahead and take care of that for us. Now, something that we do a little extra is these are actually welded on. I probably spent an additional $400 from the welder to weld these on. It's pretty much impossible to break through at this point unless you have a ton of time, some crazy equipment. And by then, the alarm, which costs us about $500, the alarm will be going off, the police will be here, and everything else really quick. So, you know, you have to factor in about $500 for an alarm. And then we get into security cameras because we want to make sure if something happened, we have everything on camera. So you can see throughout the building here, we have Nest cameras. I actually love the Nest camera system. These cameras are about $200 each, and we have them placed all throughout the store, in the back, outside, pretty much everything. So if you're coming up to a private label store, sorry, you're on camera. It's just for the safety and security of our staff and everybody else. And I think it's just a really important component because people want to feel safe and understand that, hey, we take safety very seriously, especially for your staff. Now here we have shelves, and we're gonna have wigs displayed behind the counter here. It's something we're trying to do more, is have a lot more wigs displayed as wigs become more and more popular, and we have a lot of changes coming to our wigs and custom wigs and these beautiful things. So, you know, the mannequin heads, you're probably gonna pay about $30 to $40 a mannequin head. And then these shelves, we just got these honestly at Home Depot. These were pretty reasonably priced, probably about $40, $50, let's say $50 a shelf. So we have 1, 2, 3. So you're at $150, and it costs probably about another $200 to get them installed. So total between the 3 shelves, you're looking at about $350, which is a really inexpensive way to display some really amazing products. Now, as a tenant, or even if we own this building, which we don't, we're just leasing it, you also have fire and safety. So this is something that you're generally gonna hire a specialist company that takes care of all the fire extinguishers inside your building. We have this on a monthly contract, and this costs about $200 a year. Now, these chairs are pretty awesome and extra cute ski. Geez, I'm a little dizzy. Very cute. These chairs on Amazon, you can pick them up for about $150. I have 2 of them from the front showroom. We're gonna have 2 employees running this store at any given time, so we only really need 2. As the business grows, we might need to add a 3rd, but just for these 2 totaled up is $300. A few things you don't want to forget when you have a store is for your staff, they definitely want a place to put drinks. This little refrigerator, they cost about $200. I always like to get at least a decent microwave. This is about $100, $150. And you know, you want to keep it simple, but definitely have some amenities for your staff, for them to be able to take breaks and be able to bring their own food, because it obviously gets very expensive eating out all the time. Things will start adding up. Little things like trash cans. You're probably going to have 3 or 4 of these in the store. I would expect to pay a total of about $200. If you have a store, you're going to need a good Wi-Fi system. The Nest Wi-Fi system that comes with 2 additional terminals like this, it really allows you to have great internet throughout your whole space and make it wireless. So we have the main hub here, and then in the front we have an additional hub. In the back we have an additional hub. That way your staff can get on one internet connection and walk all throughout. It'll be strong the whole entire time. And this is about $400. Now, if you have your own store, you're definitely gonna have to do a little bit of maintenance yourself, building furniture, this, that, and the other. I always recommend grabbing a little toolkit from Home Depot, get yourself a little drill, you know, the drill bit pieces, screwdrivers, and all sorts of other little miscellaneous stuff. You're probably gonna spend about $200 on these items. Oh, don't forget cleanup. We usually have Dyson vacuums that are about $400. I went a little cheaper. I got the Shark Rocket. This was about $200. So you got to factor in a vacuum and cleaning supplies. You're looking anywhere from $400 to $500. Now you're definitely going to want to buy these items in bulk. We have tissues, toilet paper, and of course paper towels so your staff can stay clean and hygienic. Expect to pay probably about $75 for these items if you're buying in bulk, and it'll save you in the long run instead of just buying it in smaller packages. That's going to cover most of the expenses to get the place set up, but you're still going to have your monthly expenses. As I mentioned outside, I have my lease. That's about $3,000 a month. We have our security monitoring system, $25 a month. For the cameras, it records everything in the cloud for a month. That we pay about $40 a month. We have our internet here. That's about another $100 a month. With the electricity and gas, we're looking at another $200 a month. So all of these items start adding up. One thing you don't want to forget, of course, is insurance. So if you're leasing a place or even own a place, you will be required to have insurance. I have everything covered because I like a little extra insurance on our properties, just in case anything goes wrong. That's about $2,400 a year, or about $200 a month for a property like this with the value. But what's great about that, if anything is stolen from here, pretty much everything is covered. We have a pretty huge policy just in case of an emergency. That's going to help protect the business, which is very important because that also helps protect your staff and everyone else involved with your brand. So that covers most of the expenses for this. Now, like I said in the beginning, this is definitely the most cost-effective, least we've ever spent opening up a private label. We've learned a lot over the last couple of years. I do have some really expensive ones coming up, but let's stay focused on this one. In the description below, I'll make sure that I have all these expenses kind of spelled out for you, and that will help you get a good idea of what it really takes to open up your own store. If you have any questions about opening a store, make sure you leave it in the comments below. And of course, subscribe to the Hair Business Blueprint because I have tons more information for you to start your own hair business.